Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Hey, folks, as we get closer and closer to Election Day and sealing Trump's victory, it gets more and more dangerous, and the odds of us having a clean, smooth election go right down the toilet, along with Kamala's chances. Boy, I tell you what, no soup for you, right? Soup Nazi. Remember the soup Nazi from the Seinfeld show? No soup for you. If you get out of line, well, Kamala, you've gotten out of line for far too long. You're finally getting your soup taken away. No, it is just a wild thing, folks. They're losing their shit. Number one, right? The Washington Post refused to endorse Kamala. Refused. Sorry, you're not getting an endorsement from a liberal shit-stained newspaper. Well, board members are quitting. I believe, of all people, isn't it Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, owns the Washington Post? Apparently, he's not liberal enough. Apparently, they are so desperate, so pissed, they're getting mad and quitting on communist principle. Well, remember the LA Times, same story. Will not endorse Kamala. And that's her home state, right? California. And now the fabled, beloved, famous USA Today is not going to endorse Kamala. Folks, this is unheard of. It is. It's absolutely unheard of, because she was, right, was supposed to be the world's greatest Democrat ever. A woman, if we can even pretend to define that. A woman. So cherished and beloved that even though she isn't black, we're just supposed to accept that she's black when she's not. But because they want her to be, because it would look good. Oh man, you know what? I'm not black, folks. I'm kind of white. But you know, if someone was saying, John, you know, you're you're Chinese. I had a drill instructor tell me I was Chinese, boot camp. So I was like, Chinese, dude, you're way off. Since what does Sweden and Norway have to do with China? Anyways, no endorsements. No soup for you, Kamala. No soup for you. The left, they're coming unhinged. They cannot win this fair and square. It is not going to be even close. Predictions again? 1980s Reagan versus Carter blowout. That discussion, folks, it's within my lifetime, right? Back in 1980, Carter was such a lousy president. It was time to get rid of him. Now, in this case, they thought that, well, we'll just jettison old Biden. Poof, right? Hit the eject button. Launch him out of the car, right? As if he was in James Bond's Aston Martin DB5. Wow, that was a move. Yeah, that's, folks. They jettisoned him. They launched him. They didn't even give him a fucking parachute. They just said, "Get out!" Right? And they thought Kamala was gonna drive right to the sunset. Not happening. Not happening. And just wow. So what is going to happen, folks? Well, I don't know. I sure hope that you've got food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, and a means of self-defense. Because, you know, I think that there's going to be a false flag. I really do. I believe there's going to be a false flag. I believe it is coming. That they're going to try something, because what everything else they're trying is failing. You know, with everything else failing, they're going to get more desperate. All the threats that Trump is going to arrest people, that Trump is Hitler, right? Those are real words being said. In fact, that Micah Brzezinski, I think that's Zbigniew Brzezinski's daughter. Can you imagine? My dad's Zbigniew. Let's talk about your basic ethnic name. Anyways, Micah went on as a morning news personality. We want to use that word loosely. She went from her show, Morning Joe, over to The View. That's right. That's the witch-like nesting place of Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar. Just complete some of the ugliest women. And I don't mean looks. I just mean ugly as in inside. Ugly goes to the bone on those two. Micah goes on The View and starts attacking Trump even more so than before. She became unhinged the other day, ranting, screaming, right? And then she went on The View and started again ranting and screaming. You know, of course, we all know that Trump is Hitler. We all know that. We're all fully aware that Trump is Hitler and that he's reincarnated. And he practically speaks German up there, you know, and screams and yells. Oh, no, wait, that's Kamala, who gets on stage wearing a black jacket. I'm sorry, a brown jacket, like Hitler, screaming and yelling. No soup for you, soup Nazi. No soup for you. So for now, we enjoy what's going on. But if something goes bad, something goes wrong, right? We have a big black swan land on our face and crap. Are you prepared? Lights out, grid down. Are you prepared? Cyber cyber attack on banking, terror action. Now, I can't guarantee they're going to do any of those, but I can guarantee the discussions are being had. The question is, how do we get out of this? How do we stop this election? Right. First, they couldn't stop 2024 from coming. Right. Time marches on. So then they said, well, let's get Joe all dosed up on fucking speed or something, and he'll beat Trump in the. Oh shit, he didn't beat Trump in the debate. We thought he was going to beat him, and oh shit, right? They took that one from him. They were like, okay, we need to get rid of Joe. So they did. They fucking got rid of him expediently. They just fired his ass. Right? The reports are Nancy Pelosi went in there, threatened him, told him to get the hell out of the way. So he did. They did. So what makes us think if they're willing to throw a lifelong Democrat, lifelong politician, lifelong, right, loser, sellout, anti-constitutional piece of shit, Joe Biden, if they're willing to sacrifice him at the drop of a hat, at the sign of one bad debate, what else are they willing to do to unimportant people like me and you? I'm sure anything, right? They'll do anything. Good golly. What I'm surprised we don't have is I'm surprised we don't have violence yet. I really am surprised. And I don't think it's for lack of enthusiasm and willingness to be violent. Because the left wingers, they're losing their shit. They are. They're screaming and yelling. They're on the street being rude, mean, right? Screaming at babies, screaming in the faces of babies because they don't like their candidate. Kind of tells you who they are, doesn't it? No soup for you. Maybe that's what she was trying to scream at that baby. I tell you what, folks, get prepared, and get prepared. We'll be back this afternoon. 0 dark 30.